WCTI-TV 12, Eastern North Carolina's news leader. And now, with coverage you can count on, this is TV 12 News at 6.
Onslow Hospital Authority members fight to save their positions. Good evening, everyone. I'm Wes Goforth.
And I'm Jan Bean. Despite an early morning effort to avoid hearings, the remaining members of the Onslow County Hospital Authority had their say with county commissioners today.
Fred Shropshire joins us live from our Jacksonville bureau tonight with the story. Fred, what happened?
Well, today the Onslow Hospital Authority members did have their chance to tell commissioners why they didn't have to resign. Earlier today, the Onslow Hospital's lawyers tried to get an injunction issued on the county commissioners, but that attempt failed. Members were asked questions concerning their testimony. They also wanted to know, did they know anything that Kramer was doing while he was employed with the hospital? The hearing revealed that the remaining board members feel that they did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. I actually resent getting a letter signed by 5 individuals telling me that I was negligent, didn't do my duty, and whatever else they said.
Now, at the beginning of that meeting today, commissioners did not give a time frame for when they would make a decision, so there's still some work to be done with clearing up this situation with the Hospital Authority Board.
Fred, thank you very much for that report live from Jacksonville.
Thank you, Fred. Now, results from a state audit report earlier this month caused commissioners to call for the resignation of all board members at Onslow Memorial, all hospital authority members. The rising tide of red ink now at the hospital is being blamed on wild and uncontrolled spending by former CEO Doug Kramer. As that scandal unfolds, we've heard from the hospital authority and from county commissioners.
But tonight, for the first time, we hear from 2 doctors. Neither is pleased that Ed Piper, Kramer's second-in-command, has been appointed CEO.
That absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Dr. Terry Stock is chief of staff at Onslow Memorial. His job requires him to attend all hospital authority meetings. But Stock says that's something he seldom had a chance to do.
Secret meetings are being held, and the future of our community hospital is being decided by a select few.
Stock says the hospital hasn't bought new equipment in 3 years, and he's furious about the money they're laying out for legal fees.
To spend money for legal representation and fighting these things rather than attending to patient care is an issue that the medical staff and the community need to speak out against.
Swansboro physician Dr. Robert Brown is angry, too. He recently resigned from this hospital-owned clinic in Swansboro. He feels with Piper at the helm, nothing will change.
I worked for 3 years with Mr. Piper, and there was never a single occasion when Mr. Piper was able to solve a problem that we had here or fix something.
After Brown resigned and attempted to buy the clinic, he was stunned to learn how much the hospital was paying for supplies.
We had been charged on the records here for 100% up above what we could pay in the open market for all pharmaceutical supplies.
A number of clinic doctors and other hospital personnel have also quit. Brown says what drove them is driving him.
My basic problem, though, with the hospital is that it's become, I think, just embarrassing for a doctor to be working for them.
Prior to doing this report, I spent several days talking to or trying to talk with other doctors in Jacksonville. While none would go on camera, most of them agree with Stocks and Brown. One did express confidence, though, in Ed Piper.
Well, summer is slowly slipping away, but nobody's complaining about days like today. Brian McClure has your first look forecast tonight. Hi, Brian.
Well, Wes, I'll tell you what, this is about as nice as it gets for the summertime in eastern North Carolina, and it's going to continue for tonight. Mostly clear skies, autumn-like temperatures. We could actually bust a record low because we are going to get down to 58 to 62 degrees for tonight. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny day and another comfortable high temperatures, only 80 to 84 degrees. I'll have your complete SkyTrack 12 forecast in a few minutes.
Thanks, Brian. See you then. Natural gas prices are on the rise these days. Greater demand than supply has forced the price to jump by about 20%. The pinch of the price hike may not hit until this winter when you heat your home. But experts say natural gas users can take some steps now to take steps and help ease the big bill.
Their heating systems and their water heating systems and any natural gas appliances inspected. That's one thing they can do. Secondly, they can take a look at all the old inefficient equipment they have and consider replacing it with state-of-the-art, cost-efficient energy-efficient equipment. And lastly, they can contact our customer service center to inquire about bill payment plans.
Now, the number to call to explore payment options, and you may want to do that now before later, whenever the prices will be felt in your wallet. It's 1-800-275-6264.
In an unusual step, Craven County Commissioners have approved $8 million in bonds for an expansion project at Hatteras Yachts. And as TV 12's Jennifer Wang reports, both the county and the yacht maker believe it's a winning move.
Hatteras Yachts is one of the county's biggest businesses. It employs about 1,000 people and makes luxury yachts each worth millions. And yet the county will be loaning the company nearly $8 million through bonds that were approved Monday by the commissioners. They say the move is in the county's interest.
It will make money for the county in the sense that it will create new jobs, it will create a new tax base.
With the bond money that's been approved, Hatteras plans to build a whole new line of yachts. They say that's going to bring at least 150 new jobs, and of course, that's the advantage for Craven County.
Well, it's good for us because we get to come out with a new product line that we might not have been able to come out with as soon as we would have otherwise. It's good for the community because we've created new jobs, which puts more disposable income in here.
And it's good for the county because it doesn't cost taxpayers anything. Hatteras, not the county, is responsible for paying back the industrial revenue bonds.
It is a very positive thing for Craven County and a very positive thing for Hatteras to have access to these bonds.
Any company that qualifies could get the same deal, but the company would have to promise that the money would help create jobs.
So the more jobs we can create, the more money, more discretionary income people have to spend, the wealthier that this county will become.
In Craven County, I'm Jennifer Wang for TV 12, the news leader.
County leaders tell us the state created industrial revenue bonds to help businesses grow, but they are very strict when it comes to approving the bonds.
A fatal car accident may lead to manslaughter charges for a 22-year-old in Carteret County. And the Highway Patrol says Alfonso Valadez was driving drunk early Sunday morning when he flipped his car on Highway 58 near Cape Carteret. And last night, a passenger in that car died at Carteret Hospital. Officials have not released the victim's name. They say they're still trying to contact his family in Mexico.
A man accused of driving drunk and killing 2 Havelock children could get life in prison. Jerry Olden Springer pleaded guilty to running Clifford and Savannah Scheck over with his car. Today, Springer was sentenced to 31 to 62 years in prison. The Scheck children were visiting their grandparents in Pennsylvania when the tragedy occurred.
Some Camp Lejeune Marines are trading their weapons in for shovels and axes. About 500 Marines got orders this morning to head to the front lines of wildfires in Montana. They leave a week from today for the Troy, Montana area. That's not far from the Canadian border. Now, the troops will dig ditches and cut down trees there before heading to the major blazes. Fires already have scorched nearly 500,000 acres in the state of Montana.
On a happier note, 9,000 Carteret County school kids are back in class, and they have a lot to do this year. They're coming off a great year last year, when 86% of them reached exemplary growth compared to only 45% statewide. Today, second graders from Martha Ruffin's class could hardly contain their enthusiasm.
Now, were you looking forward to coming back to your first day of school?
Yes. Well, on the first part, we started reading and stuff on our books. But then it got hard on us.
Well, enthusiasm, if you can call it that. Atlantic was named to the North Carolina School of Excellence list last year, and Arcos Island School ranked among the most 25 improved in the state.
Some bright kids there and some bright, shiny floors down at that school in Carteret County. Still to come on the news leader tonight, a local city steps up efforts to protect people who live there.
And would you believe it pays off in just minutes?
Closed captioning of TV 12 News is made possible by Greenville Toyota.
Like a lot of our cities, Greenville is growing. It's getting bigger. And new neighborhoods make it tough for firefighters and rescue crews to respond to emergencies.
But that started changing today. Greenville's 2 new fire substations started operating just a little more than an hour ago. Daniel McCarthy reports Greenville's fire chief is breathing a sigh of relief.
Greenville
Greenville Fire and Rescue responds to more than 12,000 emergencies a year, and the average time it should take from 911 call to arrival at the scene is 4 minutes. But Greenville's population has tripled in the past 3 years. That means ambulances and fire trucks often have to weave through heavy traffic to get to remote parts of town.
And time is our enemy in the rescue business. The city of this size at this time, we have a long waiting list, 15 minutes or longer.
After a year of construction and waiting, Greenville finally opened its 2 long-awaited substations. The first will serve south and southwest Greenville. Station 2 is west of downtown and less than a mile from Pitt Memorial Hospital's trauma units. Between 15 to 18 personnel will be assigned at these 2 fire stations at all times, and all of them are cross-trained to be both paramedics and firefighters.
The city of Greenville Fire Rescue Department is the only fire rescue department of its type in the state, according to the fire marshal office in Raleigh. The citizens of Greenville, what I refer to as getting a full service, we are a full service department, fire and rescue.
In Greenville, I'm Daniel McCarthy for TV 12, the news leader.
And can you believe it? The new fire station had been in operation just a few minutes when its first call came in late this afternoon, and it was potentially a dangerous brush fire. A passerby called 911 when he noticed smoke coming from this field on Evans Street Extension. Now, the field that was burning is right next door to the Coastal Chemical Plant, and nearby residents feared that fire could have become a catastrophe.
Good, 'cause I was afraid it could blow up half of Greenville or whatever, and then had 20-foot flames this side going towards South Hall.
Instead, firefighters arrived within 4 minutes, plenty of time to put out that fire before the flames could spread. Timing is everything, they say, Jan.
Good luck for them. Well, what a great way to start the week. Clear skies and a nice breeze.
Real nice. Brian, will we be able to see the stars out tonight?
Wes and Jan will be able to see plenty of stars out tonight. However, you might want to take a light jacket along. Details coming up next.
More people choose Ford over any other car or truck during Ford's authorized clearance. And why? Get just announced 0.9% financing plus $1,500 cash back on the best-selling SUV, Explorer. It's your turn to save during Ford's authorized clearance. So see your Carolina Ford dealer and get low 0.9% financing and $1,500 cash back on your new Explorer today.
The excitement is yours now. Digital is here. Time Warner Cable delivers hundreds of channels.
When you want it.
High-definition television so real.
Touch it.
Get digital cable installed for just $14.95.
Amazing.
Plus, save over $69 on Roadrunner and on installation.
Lightning fast.
And get our 30-day money-back guarantee. It's all here.
Call us.
Time Warner Cable. The excitement begins now.
This is Brian McClure, and here's your almanac data for today. We only hit a high of 79 degrees. I'll have your complete SkyTrack 12 forecast coming up next.
We dare you. Announcing the Dare to Compare Mercury sales event. Check out the Mercury Grand Marquis GS. Over 2,000 less than LeSabre Custom SE, with the only V8 and the largest trunk in its class. Plus, the government's highest 5-star safety test rating.
Now, its affordable luxury is even more affordable, with 0.9% financing or $1,500 cash back. We dare you to get the details at your Mercury dealer or at LincolnMercury.com.
Oh, that's not good. Got yourself quite a backache, don't you?
Sure do, Richard.
Try some of this.
Goody's body pain formula?
Yeah, it works for me, and I've had plenty of body pain.
Because it's a powder, Goody's dissolves faster than tablets, so it gets rid of pain fast.
So you feeling better? Oh, yeah. Goody's body pain formula. It's just plain fast.
This summer, get an ordinary vehicle and do ordinary things. Or get a Jeep vehicle and do extraordinary things. Thanks to the Jeep Summer Clearance, get a great deal on a new 2002 wheel drive Grand Cherokee Laredo. Select lessees with exceptional credit can lease one now for $0 down, $369 a month, and only the first month's payment of just $369 due at signing. Make this summer your best one yet. Hurry to the Jeep Summer Clearance. It's anything but ordinary. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Skip's Weather World, brought to you by Mayola Milk and Ice Cream and National Dodge, Jacksonville.
Now, SkyTrack 12 weather with meteorologist Brian McClure.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening. The first thing I want to do is actually go to Weather World question out there. When a tropical depression becomes a tropical storm, it is given a name. Is that true or false? Well, actually, I'll give you a really obvious hint. Tropical Storm Debbie, right here. There you go. It is continuing to make its trek right across the Atlantic, and actually it is very close now to the Leeward Islands right here, and it will continue to move on a westerly track. So here's the official guidance right now. It is at 16.3 north, 59.4 west, moving very quickly at 22 miles per hour. Winds are up 69 miles per hour, gusts even higher at 90 miles per hour. So it just needs to go about 5 more miles per hour to become a hurricane, but it is still a tropical storm. Pressure is down to 1,004 millibars, and here again, it's right coming up on the Leeward Islands. They have hurricane watches out for the Virgin Islands, hurricane watch out for Puerto Rico, and it will continue to make its trek right through this area. Now, we have a lot of things that could happen. A trough is in place out to the west of this, which could either steer it to the north, just east of Florida, or it could steer it to the south, just south of Florida, out into the Gulf. So we need to keep a very close eye on this. And also, just to let you know, just get in the back of your mind to prepare now if we do have any tropical systems for the next couple months. Now, it's way too early to say if this is going to come our way. However, I just want to get that in the back of your head so you do know, so this doesn't surprise you if it does come our way. Now, one thing is, it's moving so quickly, the eye is actually out here way far away from the convection, so it is actually shearing itself, because think of a 3D model. For a hurricane to strengthen, the top section needs to be on the lower section, so it needs to be circulating at all levels. And what's happening is it's circulating out here, and then the tops are circulating out here, and so it's not really organizing right now. However, we do predict it to slow down over the next 24 hours and become a hurricane as it does slow down and strengthen, and that's very bad news. However, here in eastern North Carolina, just beautiful skies, no rain, no clouds to talk about. That will continue for tomorrow. It's going to be another gorgeous day out there. So I guarantee, please get out. Enjoy it while you can, because this is very nice compared to what we should be this time of year. At Greenville, 81 degrees, 77 at New Bern, very cool 77. This is almost like low temperatures for this time of year. 77 Richlands and Havelock, and 78 Wilmington and Jacksonville. So with that in mind, we're going to have cool northeasterly winds continue with sunny skies again tomorrow. The stationary boundary is going to stay to our south. We do have a cold front that will be approaching us on Wednesday evening. For tonight, though, mostly clear skies, autumn-like temperatures, record lows could be possible. 58 to 62 degrees for the low with a cool northeasterly wind. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies. You can't ask for any better. Comfortable temperatures, low humidity, highs only 80 to 84 degrees. And then here's a look at your 5-day forecast. Absolutely gorgeous into Wednesday. And then that cold front does approach into Wednesday night, Thursday. So we will see scattered showers and storms come back into the picture Thursday through Saturday as we get back into that hot, muggy type, summer-type atmosphere. It's going to be more like normal. And also do want to mention that the North Carolina Equity and Local Women's Organization hosting Onslow County Women's Agenda Assembly tomorrow evening from 5 to 8 p.m. at Trinity United Methodist in Jacksonville.
Okay. Brian, what should we be at this time of year? Up at around 90?
We should be, oh yes, we should be in the upper 80s at this time. So.
Okay. All right. Oh, we want to check weather.
Oh yes, I totally forgot too. When a tropical depression becomes a tropical storm, it's true.
And we got Debbie to worry about right now.
Yes, we do have Debbie to worry about.
The Panthers have made some roster moves that includes a local star.
And Tiger Woods did it again. Brian North has sports next.
Hi, I'm at Dick Parker Ford here in Havelock to let you know if you live here, or here, then you've got to come here to get your best deal. We can save you hundreds to thousands of dollars on your Ford F-150, Explorer, or the hot new Ford Focus. But that won't happen unless you make that short drive from there to here. Dick Parker Ford, Havelock, come see us today.
The recent Car Wars event in New Bern is history, and the undisputed winner is Ashley Hill and Toyota of New Bern.
Thank you, Eastern North Carolina. It was a great victory for our customers and a victory for our dealership.
Now, Toyota of New Bern is challenging every automotive dealer in Eastern North Carolina with new Camrys for just $15,988.
That's a new Camry for the price of a Corolla.
Plus, Toyota of New Bern has discounts up to $2,500 on full-size 4x4 Tundra and tough Tacoma pickups. Visit the Car Wars champion, Toyota of New Bern.
Lullaby in
above. Go to sleep, little love.
Good night, honey. Mama loves you.
Alltel Total Freedom Plans help you stay connected with the ones you love.
The 2000 Honda Clearance. It happens only once a year, and it's over before you know it. We live in rare times, don't we? The 2000 Honda Clearance. Seize the moment.
And now, TV12 Sports with Brian North.
One day we'll all look back on the summer of 2000 and say, we saw one of the most dominating performances in golf history. And Tiger Woods, I think he is just getting started. But Bob May, he would not let Eldrick run away with the PGA Championship. May went shot for shot with Tiger, including 18. The snake goes in. That forced Tiger to match from 6 feet, and the emotion says it all. They shook hands and went for a 3-hole playoff. First hole, Tiger from a long ways away. Look at the break on the end of this thing, and look at Tiger follow it in. He was stalking with a 1-shot lead. Then made a big sand save on the last hole to win his 3rd straight major. He's the first to do that since Ben Hogan in 1953.
It was a very special day to have, and 2 guys playing probably at a level that you don't see unless you have the concentration heightened to where it was at. It's hard to rank all these together. They're all different and all unique. This was probably the most exciting one from a player standpoint. Usually you can just kind of cruise in with pars and win. That wasn't going to be the case today.
So Tiger gets his 2nd Wanamaker trophy. Both have been close. Now Eldrick gets some more rest, and he shows up here in New Bern, September 11th. Cut down day in the NFL is tomorrow at 4 p.m., and the Panthers have already made some cuts, including former ECU star Kevin Monroe. The free agent cornerback was let go as Carolina tries to get their roster down to 65 by tomorrow. Meanwhile, the rest of the team continued practice in Charlotte. The Cats have moved rookie Lester Towns to middle linebacker. He'll help plug some holes as the starter.
I feel like I can use that, the extra week and a half or 2 weeks that we have to improve. I mean, I'm still out there making mistakes, and the 2 weeks that I can use, the extra time I can use, I can, spend that time studying and getting myself more comfortable and prepared, to play.
Dean Wells has moved to the outside linebacker position. The Cats are thin at that spot. They'll travel to New England this Thursday for the last preseason game. They're 0-3 so far, so they need a good showing. Meanwhile, there is Monday Night Football right here on TV12. The Dolphins will host the Packers, and the focus will be on Dan Marino. The recently retired quarterback had a street named after him today, just outside of where the Dolphins play, and he'll be the focus again tonight as the preseason continues to wrap up. We've got Monday Night Football of our own, high school football tonight. We'll have games at D.H. Conley, Jamesville, and Croatan, and if you want to log on to www.thenewsleader.com, you can help pick out our premier matchup for this week's games Friday night. Let's go to baseball for the 2nd straight week. The Yankees played a rare Monday afternoon game. They hosted the Rangers, and it was bombs away for the Yankees. Jorge Posada hit 1. Glenn Allen Hill hit his 11th as a Yankee. New York pummeled the Rangers by the final of 12-3. What a pickup Glenn Allen Hill has been for New York. There's a big trade proposed in the NBA involving 4 teams and 13 players, but the focus is on Patrick Ewing. The Knicks are trying to send the All-Star Center to Seattle in exchange for Vin Baker. Glenn Rice would also be sent to New York from L.A. The league is trying to work out the salary cap issues, so the deal is not done just yet. A few more things to work out. Finally to NASCAR, where Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and the others got together yesterday in Michigan. Stewart would wreck, Gordon would slide by him, but not quite. The 2 wrecked, just coincidence. Rusty Wallace would win it. That moves him into the top 5 of the Winston Cup point standings. Bobby Labonte still leads by 111.
Thank you, Brian.
You got it.
Our last look at weather is coming up.
And the city of Greenville gets a great gift. We'll tell you all about it.
This summer, get an ordinary vehicle and do ordinary things. Or get a Jeep vehicle and do extraordinary things, thanks to the Jeep Summer Clearance. Buy a new 2000 Cherokee Sport and get a $1,000 cash allowance plus financing as low as 0.9%. Or lease Cherokee Sport and get $3,000 in consumer lease cash and get all these features at no extra charge. So hurry to the Jeep Summer Clearance. It's anything but ordinary. See your dealer during the Jeep Summer Clearance.
Andy, you startled me.
At Domino's, we hand-stretch dough for quality crust. Don't be tempted into taking shortcuts.
I don't think so, Andy.
Domino's pizza with hand-stretched crust.
Andy!
Domino's. That Andy. Good pizza. Now at Domino's, buy a medium 3-topping pizza for $8.99 and get a second pizza for $5. That's a medium 3-topping pizza for $8.99 and a second pizza for only $5.
Touch-free for free at Havelock's newest car wash. Both Chevron and Shell Fuel Market locations are giving away their best car wash. The all-new Mark 7 Aquajet featuring undercarriage wash, color shine enhancer, and a vortex dryer. Stop by, fill up with quality gasoline, and receive a free best wash at both Havelock, Chevron, and Shell Fuel Market locations. Touch-free for free, only at your Havelock Fuel Market location. Offer expires August 23rd.
I'm Mike Easley, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad. Richard Vinroot isn't telling you the truth.
The Winston-Salem Journal says Vinroot's attacks are negative campaigning, pure and simple. As Attorney General, Mike Easley ran public service announcements to warn consumers. Mike Easley is on our side, but Richard Vinroot sides with HMOs and big insurance companies, and Vinroot opposes a patient's Bill of Rights. Richard Vinroot. Can't trust him? Not on our side.
When Ben Crenshaw and Steve Elkington have a day off, they love to go for a drive. You can too, with up to $3,000 closeout cash on select new 2000 Buicks. Plus, for a limited time, $400 Buick Golf Gimme Cash on LeSabre and Century. For a total of $1,900 cash back on the award-winning 2000 LeSabre. And a total of $2,400 in cash and option package discounts on a Century 2000 Special Edition. Hurry, the $400 golf offer ends August 31st. See your Buick dealer today.
We are already at work on our stories for 11 o'clock tonight.
Let's go over to Chana Brooks at the Update Cast. Chana?
Hi, Jan and Wes. Some of the stories you'll see tonight at 11. Russian officials are realizing what much of the world will have the latest on that submarine rescue. Airline officials and their employee unions were in Washington today, and a big shakeup in Hollywood between two of Hollywood's most controversial couples. These stories and more coming up after the game tonight. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Chana. Let's go over to Brian McClure now.
Record cool tonight, huh? Maybe?
Record cool possible tonight. That is how
good.
chilly we could actually get. So
Football
if you
weather.
are... There you go, football weather. It's definitely starting to feel like football season out there. Mostly clear skies, autumn-like temperatures. Record lows are possible with lows 58 to 62 degrees. So if you're going out there to watch the stars, you might want to take a cool little jacket along. 83 on Tuesday, 85 on Wednesday. We'll warm up right around where we should be this time of year in the upper 80s by Thursday through Saturday, with the scattered showers and storms coming back into the forecast.
We knew it wouldn't last.
No, it can't last forever.
Thank you, Brian.
Finally from us tonight, a flood-damaged park is getting a new look thanks to a generous contribution from a Greenville oil company.
We're talking about Greenville-based Trade Oil. It's donating $100,000 to help rebuild River Park North. Now, Hurricane Floyd virtually wiped out this park, including the Walter Stastovich Science Center, and restoring that center will cost more than $4 million, so they're well on their way.
That is very generous. That's our report for now. Thanks for watching.
World News Tonight is next. We'll see you at 11 o'clock. Good night, everybody.
Good night.